喂，喂，testing。So, let's get a start. Today, I'm going to talk about a thing that everyone has. But it's not our hands or our head. It's dialect. As for me, I'm from Changde, Hunan, China, and I can speak Changde dialect quite well, which I'm really proud of. But I found that not everyone is that proud of their dialect. As you remember that, 1 year ago, I was joining a match. Fortunately, I met some participants from Changde, my hometown. So I was really excited, and I started to talk to them in Changde dialect. 你们哪么来的呀？你们是常德哪里的呀？ But to my surprise, the participants from my hometown are not so willing to respond me in Changde dialect. And they even asked me to, please speak in the human language. That means Mandarin. This is unreasonable, I thought. Is Mandarin the only human language? Isn't speaking a dialect a good thing that we can be proud of? From my perspective, it is very beatific to speaking dialect. Because a dialect is an attribute that shows where I'm from. It shows my identity, a person from Changde, a place where I was born and raised. And because of the dialect, people can have a great source of emotional and cultural comfort. For example, if I hear someone speaking Changde dialect, I would feel a sense of familiarity and get acquainted with the people quickly. And the dialect have also been proved its benefits for human beings. For example, if a person learns a dialect from his or her childhood, he or she will show a higher cognitive potential in study because the brain will be activated greatly at the formative stage of brain by differentiating, comprehending, and applying the different ways of speaking. And many experiments also shows that the people who can speak all kinds of dialects are more likely to learn a foreign language well. In other words, a person will be more competent in the future by learning to speaking a dialect from a young age. Let's cherish our dialect. This is not only because of the benefits the dialect has for us, but also because it is cherished heritage for the culture. We need all kinds of dialects and languages because they are integrated parts of local culture, because the wisdom and beauty cannot be expressed in just the same way in every language. It would be a tragedy to lose all those dialects reflecting the many ways we can be human, but most of dialects are doomed. They would disappear within 1 generation or 2, possibly with my lifetime. They would go down the road of calligraphy, or worse, the abacus. Or they would be under the academic research, but out of the daily use of common folk. Let's be proud of our diversified dialects and be confident in using them. Some may say the accents of dialects sounds very weird and feel uncomfortable in saying them. But I think the attitude of Indian people is worth knowing. I've seen a video interviewing how Indians regard others making joke of their accent. In this video, the Indians are really proud of their accent, and they think the way they speak English is only one of the diversified ways to speaking English. And there is no need to see the differences. Very reasonable, right? Could we really say that the Mandarin is better than the dialect? Or the British English better than the Indian English? The languages are just for communications. And there is definitely no need to see one is superior to another. So, let's be proud of our dialects and cherish them. When we speak the dialect, we would know that we are from a special place, our hometown. When we speak the dialect, we're protecting the parts of our culture. When we speak the dialect, we're telling others who we are and valuing who we are. Thank you for listening.
Testing. If I ask you, what does a standard smile look like? Many of you will answer, I know. All you have to do is to sun back your 8 teeth. But actually, I think that smiling is not only the duty of teeth. If a smile comes from your heart and is a truly genuine one, as loneliness sparkles in your eyes, the whole world will feel the warmth of the smile. Smiling makes us attractive. We're always attracted by the smiling one. The reason lies in that as curious creatures, we want to find out the root of his happiness. A distressed expression keeps people away, while smiling draws people closer. Smiling makes you look successful. When you fail a test, if you can hold your test papers in hand and wear a confident smile on your face, the classmate will certainly see you as their idol. If you keep this expression while stepping into your house, your parents will think that you have definitely gotten an A. If you then truthfully ask your mother for your favorite dish, I promise, you've escaped from a dad's slipper and your mother's broom. When I was writing this speech, a question suddenly came to my mind. Why didn't God give other animals the ability to smile too? If a turkey could smile, they will no longer appear on our plates in Christmas, being surrounded by people who are fighting their way towards a poor, naked, burnt turkey. Instead, they will be invited to every single one of our Christmas parties. Everyone will show a teeth and sing together. Silent night, holy night. If a video of this chorus was uploaded onto Facebook, I will surely have more fans than Mickey Mouse. However, though we humans, granted with the ability to smile, don't cherish it like we're supposed to. For example, some salesmen from the Mercedes-Benz, one of the most famous automobile producers, apparently lack of this ability. If they could act as rude gentlemen and treat a lady nicely, then she certainly wouldn't have cried on the engine head. Then, the company wouldn't have lost 13.7 billion yuan at the stock market in just a few days' time. A smile can be just as expensive as this. On June 12, 2018, President Trump of the United States and President Kim Jong-un of North Korea held a summit in Singapore. They signed through a series of agreements and a joint statement. This is the first meeting in decades between the two state leaders of the two countries, which marks a historical moment. this is not only benefit of the United States and North Korea, but also benefit of the whole world. Their smiles broke the ice and melted away hostility to a great extent. Smiling is the biggest sentiment, as shown in Leonardo da Vinci's The Mona Lisa, which is now kept in Paris. The Mona Lisa's world-famous smile is also the smile of Paris. So I believe that the people of France can calmly face up to the disaster that fire had brought to the cathedral and the world civilization. If the terminal of language is music, then undoubtedly, the start of language must be smiling. Thank you for your time.
Check. Imagine there's a cup in your hand. The worst idea people suggest me is to always see it as a full glass of drink and drink it up at once. Okay, sure. I mean, we like to see to the positive side that it's a nice hot drink brought to you by your parents or your friends. But shouldn't we be more careful about what is really in the glass? I mean, what if, very likely, that in the glass is not actually orange juice, it's alcohol. I mean, my parents are probably gonna kill me for that because I am not an adult and I'm drinking. And what if, just a what if, it's actually hydrochloric acid inside the drink? I mean, if I drink that, no matter it's a sip or drink it off at once, I'm gonna be dead anyways, and that is not good. Now here's the thing. In our life, we are being continuously told to view things optimistically, that we need to look at the brighter side. However, this is exactly the thing that blindfolded us, making us ignore some of the basic flaws and problems, fail to deal with them, and eventually cause greater problems. Today, right here, we are going to debunk into this paradox of optimism, looking at the historical case where optimism caused huge troubles. Then, after sucking away all your optimism, hopes, and dreams for your life, we're going to come up with a not-so-optimistic solution toward the problem of optimism. First, historically, optimism has caused great trouble, especially in America. Before the Great Depression, America enjoys a period of time called the Rolling 20s. Rapid economic growth, quadruple in one single year. It was so great that President Hoover proudly said that the future of America is bright, clean, clear and flourishing. People, businessmen, stock market manager were all so convinced with this statement that they all sell this idea to their client. I mean, why should you be careful? Why are you cautious? Why are you planning for your future? Look at how idealistic our economy can be. Why so careful? Why so serious? Get all your money and into the stock market. We can be rich because it's been guaranteed. However, beneath this kind of idealism and optimism lays problems. Congressman Franklin Roosevelt, a future president of the United States, stated in a congressional meeting of 1927 that the banking system in America is flawed. It is so tightly connected with the stock market, which is extremely fragile. One single economic downturn will mean a total economic collapse. However, President Hoover didn't really care about that. He said that this is pure nonsense and then dismissed Franklin Roosevelt as a pessimist. And most famously, he said, economy would fix economy. Oh, okay. So I guess a problem will eventually fix itself. I mean, sure. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that, guys? Everything. Literally everything. When the stock market crashed in Wall Street by the year of 1928, later known as the Black Friday, America's economy went into a complete disaster. Not to say about how much money America lost, however, by the year of 1938, approximately 100,000 Americans died because of poverty, starvation, and social unrest, all directly caused by the aftermath of one single optimistic assumptions. Never thought a speech about optimism could be so dark and negative. But it's okay, guys. It comes to an end. You see, a lot of people call me a pessimist when I'm bringing out all these points about how terrible optimism is. But no, please, guys, don't call me a pessimist. I personally believe in optimism. I love to wake up every day and believe that I'm going to do great today and always have a smile on my face. However, we have to clarify that we cannot possibly make optimism an attitude of our life into our solution of our life. Optimism is never a magical medicine. However, people still believe in optimism, believing that it will fix all the problems. Last year on Facebook, there's a quite trending activity called #smile, saying that as long as you smile, you will be able to contribute and eventually solve racism, social inequality, poverty. It never works. Optimism is a great attitude, however, never a great solution. Psychiatrist Dr. Alexander Berthman actually supported my point in her book, The Magical Psychology. In her book, she stated that optimism is a fantastic supplement, a supplement only, to those people who are fully prepared, ready to go, and knowing what they are doing. Optimism to those people who are underprepared, underworked, and not knowing what they are doing is also known as blind arrogance. Thus, in the end, ladies and gentlemen, next time when we are picking up a glass of drink, please don't assume it's always going to be full and drink it off at once. Next time, with a glass of drink, take a look into the glass. What is really the content? Stir it up a little bit. See it, or even smell it. And then maybe even taste it. Alright? If you're perfectly certain it's going to be absolutely safe, then please, with all your optimism, hopes, and dreams for your life, drink up and apply that to everything in your life. Thank you.